What's up, America? Good morning. It's Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge here. Yesterday, in the Windy City, Bears fans threw a fit, and rightfully so. They have every right to be upset and angry and befuddled. Um, After the team decided to make a boneheaded decision by signing Andy Dalton to a 1 year, $10 million contract. Okay, they couldn't do better than that. I mean, under Ryan Pace, the general manager, who continues to make poor decisions for this team and put this team in a terrible position, he has done a terrible job in the front office running this franchise. All fingers point directly at him for failure after failure after failure. What did he do? He gets Mike Glennon, signs him to a 3 year, $45 million deal. That cost him a fortune. That didn't work out. You trade up in the 2017 NFL draft. You trade up one spot to land Mitchell Trubisky. How has that worked out? Then you trade one of your draft picks to get Nick Foles. How did that work out? And now you turn to Andy Dalton, a quarterback who is now a has-been, a quarterback who, at best, can only manage a game, not really make your offense that much better. I mean, the Bears don't really have a great offensive line. It's an average offensive line. So Andy Dalton might struggle at the quarterback position. You had the option, if you wasn't going to get Russell Wilson, because the Seahawks made it real clear that they have no plans on trading him right now, then you could have looked at other options. Deshaun Watson is unhappy in Houston. He wants out. He said he doesn't want to go to Miami. Yes, it might cost you a lot of money to get Deshaun Watson. Sam Darnold might have even been a better option for the Bears. Marcus Mariota might have been a better option for the Bears. Not Andy Dalton. So you could feel the Bears fans' pain. Okay? They're tired of this mediocrity that has hunted this team for years. A dark cloud has hovered over Soldier Field for so many years now. The Bears haven't been to the Super Bowl since Lovie Smith was the head coach there. And that year, they was driven to the Super Bowl thanks to their, you know, defense, which was very, very good at that time. But Bears fans, you know, they are livid right now. And they're not happy with this front office. I wouldn't be either. Because Ryan Pace has made poor decisions as a general manager. And it has, really been detrimental to the Bears' success. And the Bears have had little success. They have been a laughing stock, particularly in the NFC North. They haven't been much of a threat. And what's really sad is that they have a generational talent in this guy right here. Look behind me. Khalil Mack, one of the best defensive players in the game today. But yet you can't build around that because you always shoot for average quarterbacks. Now, I know it's okay for general managers to make a mistake, but you can't keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again and expecting different results. It just won't work out for you. The Bears need a new front office. If they want to have a brighter future, and if they want to start winning games on a consistent level, then they're going to have to look elsewhere in their front office. They're going to have to revamp that entire front office. because Ryan Pace is not the answer in Chicago. He has not gotten the job done for them. Not at all. It's time for a change. It's time for a new voice in Chicago. This is really the best he can do, is bring Andy Dalton over on a 1-year deal. That's the best he could do when there was other quarterbacks that were probably in the trade market that you could have possibly pursued aggressively. This is why they desperately wanted Russell Wilson, because they knew that he would make an immediate impact had he come on board. He was their only hope moving forward, was Russell Wilson. They desperately wanted him because they were in dire need of a quarterback of Russell Wilson's caliber. They needed a quarterback like that. They needed a spark on offense, and he would have provided that for them. They needed a guy who can take this team and carry a heavy load on his shoulder. Russell Wilson is that guy that can do that. But unfortunately, that didn't work out for them like they had hoped. So they settle for less. What they do, they sign an average quarterback who is no longer the quarterback that he was in Cincinnati. They decide to go with Andy Dalton. And now they're going to pay the price once again. And now they're going to have another losing season. And now Matt Nagy is finally going to get fired after this season. I don't see him stand around any much longer after this season. If the Bears have another subpar season, another terrible season, Matt Nagy won't come back. At first, he was promising because he had a creative offense, but everyone figured it out. It's so bland, it's so predictable now that everyone knows what to expect from that Bears offense. It's a stagnant offense. And Mitchell Trubisky is definitely not the answer. So Andy Dalton is better than Mitchell Trubisky. But it's not a huge upgrade. It's not a huge upgrade at all. It makes them slightly better, but does it put them in the playoffs? Hell no, it doesn't. I'll see you guys later. You guys take care. Have a wonderful day. Happy St. Patrick's Day.